T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another live match preview. This time, the Liver Bird set sail to South London, and can they devour the Eagles in a game which would potentially have massive implications? Can the Reds stay top, or will they unfortunately not? Joined by Drifty. Drift, how you doing this afternoon, bro? Bird gang.
Yeah, man, I'm blessed. A little apprehensive about this game, though.
Yeah, same. 12:30 kickoff. Off the back of two wins, but two unconvincing performances, in my opinion. Going to a team who haven't actually won yet in the Premier League, even though they've not played poorly, and just lost to our Merseyside neighbours, Everton, in a game which, again, they should have probably won. Going into this game, Jeff, we've got a very good record. If I'm not mistaken, the last time we lost against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park was under Brendan Rodgers when we lost 3-1 when Ricky Lambert scored the first and opening goal in that game, and then we got battered for the rest of the game. Since then, we've won and drawn there. However, it's never been an easy game at Selhurst Park. We either get late winners or controversial winners. This game, though, there's no Elise. They're not in form. Mateta's out of form. Is this the best time to play Crystal Palace, in your opinion, at Selhurst Park?
We thought it was the best time to play Bologna yesterday.
It should have been. It should have been.
That's what I mean. First thing that comes to mind is the winner from Elliot from last year.
Yeah.
He saved us in that one. Yeah, I don't like that. There's just something really weird about when we play them.
Yeah, we get the win, but it's never
pretty. We normally get the win, but it's very, very difficult, very drawn out. Selhurst Park is a difficult place to go for most of the big teams. So, and the fact that it's 12:30 as well, which means the early traveling, probably had to stay overnight, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they'd have gone up from the night before.
Yeah. So, like I said, and you know what I don't like? A lot of people will look at those stats and they'll say, oh, well, this would just suggest that it'll be a walkover. But a team who's in poor form is just waiting for a moment to be able to get some good form.
Yeah.
And I worry, because that's what Crystal Palace are. They're not like Derby or one of those kind of teams where, you know, their season's pretty much just going to be a rubbish season and then they might have one or two decent games. Palace will be fine. They'll end up climbing up the table. They'll find a bit of form at some point. They've got a good manager. They're adjusting to lack out some of their star players. They've got a few injuries at the moment. They will not be a team that are going to be down all like, you know what I mean, like relegated. Not in my opinion anyway. I think they'll get it together. So yeah, I'm just worried. I'm worried we're the team they take it out on. And as you said, bro, they've actually had some drop points that like shouldn't have been, and it was quite unlucky.
Yeah.
And their overall play deserved more out of the game. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about our chances, but I'm very apprehensive about the overall game.
Obviously, Eze is their main man, no Elise anymore. And for you, is he the person that we have to keep quiet? And if we can keep him quiet, obviously you still got Mateta, Eddie and Ketia, but if you keep Eze quiet, do you think that's the best chance of winning this game? Or leaving with a clean sheet at least?
The way they're playing at the moment, he's kind of been one of the only bright sparks. So yeah, definitely. And obviously, you know how good how highly I rate him. I want him at Liverpool. He's a bad boy. He will be the next gem to leave Crystal Palace, unfortunately for them, because I don't see
it's
how.
funny you say that. I did a preview back in the nest, and Dee was saying that even the owners came out and said that he was surprised that there wasn't as much interest in Eze. And it could be to do with his age. If I'm not mistaken, he's about what, 26 going on 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's not young anymore. Yeah.
I think that could be the only. Yeah, he's 20. Well, he just turned 26. To be fair, turned 26 in June. I think that's the only reason it could be. Because
which would be stupid though, because 26 is still a perfect age. We're getting a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's going to start getting a little bit R. Kelly-ish if it's always just got to be some young. Do you know what I mean? Like let's.
But if I mean, you're looking at Eze, the teams that you'd see him going to, Liverpool, Chelsea. I mean, Spurs. They've got Madison. We've got Szoboszlai, Elliott. I'm not saying that these players are better than him, but I'm saying everyone seems to have a player in the position that he would play in. Even though I'd love him at Liverpool, maybe that could be the reason. And if you're leaving Palace for like another mid-table team, is there much point?
I hear you. I think he would do well at like the mid to higher level if he couldn't get one of the higher levels, and therefore it would still be. I mean, but you're right though, isn't it? There's probably a lot of players that already play in a certain role. That means what's the point? Villa, he'd be a massive asset for Villa. Newcastle, he'd be a massive asset for them. Spurs, as you said, he'd be a massive asset for them. There's a lot of clubs that I think even if it's not the traditional big four teams, loads. Bruv, Man United, what you telling me Bruno Fernandes is keeping Eze out of that team? No chance, bro.
Bruno's definitely keeping Eze out, bro.
No, but that's based on bias and rather than like I'm talking like if you knew what was right for you, you'd play Eze over Bruno. 100%.
I don't know,
Bro, Bruno, Man United fans starting to realise he's a bit of a liability. So
Bruno's also their best in terms of goal contributions, the most consistent. He's effectively a bootleg. If there's a bootleg version of Salah for what Salah means for a club, he's that.
Bro, I'm telling you, they're starting to not even like him. He's the one who's like the definition of like stat padding, is hiding the inefficiencies, giving the ball away, always having to do like long passes, not helping to defend enough in midfield. There's so many things wrong with his game, bro. But he was the savior for a little while, so he's still got a bit like how Arteta had the FA Cup keeping him afloat before Arsenal got good. Bruno has how well he did in them first 18 months to 2 years when he first got there. That's holding him up. So I would definitely play Eze, and I think a lot of Man United fans, if we just quickly
Is that
copy and
because
paste,
you don't like Bruno? Bruno
bro.
Produces a lot of the time.
Saeed and Flex and all the Man United guys, they're starting to get fed up with Bruno. Well, Saeed has a full-on agenda with Fernandes now, but yeah, they're starting to realize. My brother was telling me for a long time, even though he's got the goal contributions, he gives the ball away and messes up moves and messes up stuff all the time, and he runs around and like the way he runs around, he like leaves the rest of the team a bit exposed sometimes because he'll mess up the shape by just going on like headless runs and no one's following him and things like that. There's a lot wrong. There's a lot wrong with what Bruno does that are starting to make the fans not care. So I think they'd take Eze over Bruno. The club wouldn't, but I think the fans would.
Very interesting. That's fair. That's fair. In terms of defensively, obviously they lost Joachim Andersen. Gay managed to keep Gay. Munoz at right back, I think, is a very good right back as well. I've always liked Tariq Mitchell. I think Tariq Mitchell is also a very good left back as well. I actually wouldn't mind Tariq Mitchell at Liverpool, if I'm going to be honest. And then Lacroix, who they've just signed, well done, buddy. And then Lacroix, who they've just signed, again, is a very good centre back as well. Do you think we'll find it difficult to break down their defence potentially?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you.
Because their defence is actually very good in terms of personnel. They gel
only watched this game live this season, bro. So I'll be honest. I'm not sure what shape they're picking up for the most part in their games. I don't know if you've paid enough attention to know whether they do sit deep or whether they are playing a bit more advanced in their defensive shape. I'm not too sure what they're doing this season. In that,
they kind of play a mid block. They play a mid block usually. Against us, they won't. They'll play slightly deeper because obviously, if you play a mid block against us, you're in massive trouble. So they'll play slightly deeper against us. I think
maybe a home team and they are desperate for points, they might stick to a mid block then because they're going to be a bit more offensive, just trying to. Because remember, they can't always keep thinking of the opposition. The manager himself has to start thinking, I don't care who we're playing, I've just got to get a win on the board. And therefore, every next game is the opportunity for that to be the case, right? And therefore, maybe he will still be attacking, bro. Maybe. Not full of. I mean, maybe he'll stick with a mid block.
I might be completely wrong, but I think for teams like Crystal Palace, they probably look at games like this and go, "This is a free hit." I don't think they'll go all out in this game because
if you haven't won a game yet, can you do that no matter who the opposition is? You've got to get a win as soon as possible.
We're not the team to do that against, though, Drift. It wasn't that long ago we beat them 7-0 there, you know. And I know that was under Hodgson.
But that was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
No, that was about 4 years ago. That was back in 2020.
Oh, yeah. So, like, they're not going to be thinking of that now, are they?
No, I hear that, but Drift, let's be real. As flaky as we have been in our last couple of performances, if you give us time and space in behind your defense, bro, it's going to be a horrible afternoon for Crystal Palace. Horrible. We saw what was happening against Man United. Any team gives us that sort of time and space, we will absolutely finish them. So I don't think they'll be that naive. I hope they're that naive, Drift. I really do, because I could do with seeing a few goals going. But I don't see them being that naive. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive. But obviously Gay, he is a good player. Eze is a good player. Wharton is a good player.
Wharton's having a very good season, though. And again, you know, I rate Wharton, but Wharton's not having a good season. And it's one of the reasons why I said pump the brakes on Liverpool trying to buy him as well, because you can't buy a player after just 19 games or 16 games in the Premier League and say he's going to be the guy to bolster your midfield and be the guy now.
I mean, yeah, I hope so. I hope this is true as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be very nice. Or even Virgil. Virgil scored a couple against Palace, if I'm not mistaken. So
I'm just hoping, I'm hoping we get the job done. It's going to be a tough game, though, man. Crystal Palace always is away anyway.
Right. So that being said, guys, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We are now going to look at the predicted 11, which if I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to be pretty easy. But I'm going to see if you're going to go in a different direction, because I went in a different direction for Bologna and Slot said, don't ever do that again, bro.
Bruv, do you remember? Didn't he have like 8 goals past them or something like that? Hold on. Have I lost Cal? Guys, is it me or Cal that's frozen? Oh, okay, it's Cal that's frozen. Okay. Big up chat for keeping me posted. Yeah, chat, remind me. How many goals did Mane have past them? Was it 8? 10, 12, something like that. Because somebody just quickly let me know exactly how many goals it was. Because Mane had a ridiculous record against. If I'm not mistaken, he had as many goals as games played against them, or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, if anyone in the chat can quickly let me know what that was. Theo saying 10. Okay, I knew it was somewhere around there. Yeah. Was it in the same amount of games or something like that? Or maybe like 10 goals in 12 games or something. For some reason, 8, 10, and 12 are the numbers that are sticking out in my mind. So I'm trying to think which one of it is. But no, he had an unbelievable record against Crystal Palace. Same way Salah has an unbelievable record against a few teams like Man United, Watford. There's a few teams that, like, you know, they don't want Salah. And yeah, Crystal Palace just didn't want that Mane smoke, man.
I think Salah's got a very good record against Palace as well, you know.
Does he?
I feel like Bobby did as well.
I don't remember Bobby scoring too many past Palace. I'm trying.
Bobby got a decent amount.
Have you seen the Bobby Reed that's playing for the team playing Spurs?
Scary.
Kind of. If someone told me they were cousins or brothers, I'd believe it immediately without you even like.
Does he play like Bobby though? Is he even an attacker or?
I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching enough to be able to tell. I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Shout Pimping the Stress. He sent me a little compilation of Firmino the other day. That one still breaks me that he's not at the club, you know. That was my.
Do you know what someone said in the chat yesterday when we were talking about which midfield would you want, like the one we had before or now? They were like, well, it doesn't really matter what midfield we have or you want. Just imagine if we had Prime Bobby in the 10 now.
I'm gonna be honest. Klopp not playing Bobby in the 10 position will forever haunt me, you know.
Nah, but he turned him into the greatest false nine in the Premier League. So
no, he did, but especially when we signed Jota and Origi found his form again, that for me was the time to unleash it.
But imagine if Bobby was playing right now in the 10, Cal. 25, 26-year-old Bobby playing in the 10 right now.
Don't.
Actually, no, I'd probably say when he was 28 was when he was perfectly refined and just like had everything. So 28-year-old Bobby playing in the 10 for Liverpool right now, bro.
Shall I be real with you, Drift? If we had a prime Coutinho right now, it'd be a wrap.
Oh. Do you know what I just thought about?
Prime Coutinho would be a wrap.
I just thought, fuck it. You just give the Fab Four to Slot.
Yeah, it's a wrap. So
you're playing 4-2-3-1, but the 3 and the 1 is Salah, Mane, Bobby, and Coutinho.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It'd be a wrap.
Oh my God.
Coutinho in this system would actually be perfect.
Bro, because Coutinho was a press monster as well. People forget how good he was off the ball at intercepting and retrieving the ball. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't even want to go. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
Oh, Prime Fabinho, they're saying in the chat as well. Oh, I miss that team. But we also do have some great players now. We've got McAllister, we've got Diaz, we've got Jota, we've got Salah still. So we have still got some great players. So can't always look back at the past. We can remember, but we've got to look forward to the future, man. And I hope the boys can replicate some of the success that the.
When I watch old videos, it does feel like morning for a little while, though. I must be honest.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Takes me about 45 minutes to shake it off afterwards.
Yeah. Warm apple juice settings. Can't watch those highlights and have cold apple juice. Warm apple juice, room temperature. Can't do it. But starting 11. I'm gonna start filling in the positions, pause, and you tell me to stop if you think I should change. Alisson in goal.
I thought he was gonna give me a safe word there.
Pineapples. Trent at right back.
What would the safer be? FSG.
Yeah. Henry. It'd be Henry.
JW. Ah, is Cal frozen again? Or is it me? Is it me or Cal, guys? Is it me? No, I think I can still see the chat moving. Is it me or Cal? I think it's Cal again. It's Cal again. Apologies for this, guys. He's still having gremlins in his system. He'll be back any second. He'll be back in a second, guys. Don't worry. RTV, I agree with that. We really need to hope that these international managers don't start rinsing out our. Not what we want. It is not what we want in the slightest. We want to make sure that we are not. You broke in with Prime Firmino. I'm not even gonna lie. Fab, Grav, Mac. Flipping out. You couldn't ask for a more complete midfield to be playing right now than McAllister playing in the 10 with Flacco and Gravenberch.
This laptop might not make it through the day, you know.
Software-wise or hardware-wise?
Hardware. It might have a head-on collision with the wall, and I reckon the wall might win.
The people said that Prime Bobby just broke you, and you went into a full-on freeze.
All right. Robbo at left back still.
John, that's a cheeky one. Man said, what about Hendo, Milner, and Grav? That was still bang. Yeah, sorry, Cal, what you say?
Robbo still at left back, or do you think Simicast will get a game?
Nah, Robbo will play.
Mac and Sabozla, innit?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mac and Sabozla and Gravenberch, sorry.
Yeah. I'm tempted to play Jones to like try and keep the ball a bit better. But Szoboszlai's coming off the back of a good game, so it'll be a bit of a weird time to drop him.
Salah, obviously.
Hmm.
Do you think he goes Jota or Nunes?
Jota. Yeah. I still think Nunes' days are numbered. I'm trying to get myself used to it.
Diaz or Gakpo?
I would personally go Gakpo for this one.
I feel like he will go Gakpo because Diaz started the last game. So I'm going to go Gakpo.
I think he's still going to go Diaz. But I want it to be Gakpo.
Let's say he does go Diaz. Do we have to start asking questions? Because again, I'm going to keep that same energy. If Klopp was doing this where it was just the same team every week, no matter what, I would start to question this and be like, where's the rotation? Now, I know him and Slot play a different type of football. But do we have to start asking questions and be like, where's the rotation here? This isn't Feyenoord. This is Liverpool in the most intense league in the world, trying for trophies. Well, would you not?
Well, yeah, that's why I started this comment from Siva. I do think we have to kind of slightly get away from the idea that, the rotation is going to be amazing, because up until now, Slot hasn't rotated as much. I don't know if that's because you know, he just wanted to make sure his start was, because I think a lot of people are forgetting when you're new at a job that you're way less likely to do anything that's going to affect your reputation. And playing your first team is the best way to avoid messing up your reputation. And imagine if he'd done a rotated squad in one of the games. Like, say, for example, the Nottingham Forest game we lost because he did rotation. He would have been looked at as an amateur. Why on earth did he think that was a good idea to rotate and rare? And it would have looked bad in that way. It might sound stupid, but it would look worse if he'd lost with the worst team, because he would be getting questioned more on why he played that team. Whereas now he has the backup. Good players just had a bad day. So, yeah, maybe it is a little bit of a myth that, like, he's going to be this ultimate rotation guy and whatnot. But we are kind of at the beginning of the season. I think we'll know more maybe around the middle of the season, 2/3 into the season. That's where we'll probably get a better idea of just what Slot's rotation is like in terms of how he's handling the squad. I think the front players are the ones that he seemed very okay with swapping around and changing. Kind of defense and midfield is where he's a bit more reluctant. So yeah, we'll see. Because I'm yet to see him make any changes in defense other than maybe Robbo and Trent come off maybe in the last 20 to 15 minutes of games for Tsimikas and Bradley. Other than that, I never see him make substitutions with the centre backs.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? He only really ever brings off one of the midfielders. I think maybe once he did bring off two of them, but he'll normally pick between McAllister, Gravenberch, or Soboslai and make that change. He very rarely brings off two of them. So I think he's just trying to make sure that he's got the players out there he trusts the most to get the wins. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I know we're here for the preview, but in January, Liverpool have really got to be thinking about bringing in a centre back and a centre midfielder at the very bare minimum. They really have to be. And right now, I really hope that they are doing their due diligence and they're actually figuring out who and what, because they really, really need to bring in some reinforcements, especially if we're there or thereabouts. If we get to around December, mid-December, end of December, and we're definitely still in with a shout of all the competitions,
it's essential.
You've really got to show the ambition at that point, and you've got to go and buy one or two players that will massively bolster the squad. Just imagine if you gave everybody that boost of bringing in one or two really good players to help with what we've already got.
Be a game changer.
Game changer, bruv. We need our. I know we were talking before. We need our Gavadio, our Calafiori. We need to go and get that version of our player now.
Yeah.
A left back can also, a centre back that can also comfortably play left back or right back. We need to go and get another player in midfield so we're not as worried about what's going to happen. I want to be like Real Madrid, where they're like, well, Camavinga can't play, Tchouameni can play. You know what I mean? Or you know, that's what I want our midfield to be like. I want there to be some options in there. So yeah, little side track there, but we've really got to get.
It's essential.
We have to get a centre back and a left back and a midfielder. Bro, I don't know why he's an attacking midfielder and not a holding player, and then maybe Soboslai can become one of the pivots or whatever. Like, because I think we're sleeping on just how much better it would be if our number 10 was actually scary. And that's not to be shady to Soboslai, but like if you went and took, forget that he's a rat, Bernardo Silva, and put him in Liverpool's 10, or if you went and got Odegaard and you put him in Liverpool's 10, all of a sudden the ball game is just so different. It's so different. And that's not to be Soboslai, it's just to be honest.
Yeah,
he's either got to find some serious form, or we've got to go out and buy a number 10 who can Bergkamp this shit. And I know I just set the bar too high, but we're Liverpool, right? You lot always told me we're supposed to have the creme de la creme. So
yeah, go and get me Musiala or Florian Wirtz. Off the back of that, what's your score prediction for the game?
I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet because we're at Selhurst Park. I know we're defending well and we're playing well, but I'm gonna go with a very boring 2-1.
It's my exact same scoreline. I've got 2-1. I think it's got written 2-1 all over it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we go 2 up and then they get us shook before we manage to see it out.
I would think in the other. I think they go 1-0 up.
Okay, that's what we used to. That's what we used to. So
we usually do,
yeah.
So
100%.
that's what I think will happen. So time will tell. People, we are going to be live for the game on Big Up. So make sure you follow us on Big Up and make sure you join in for that as well. Also, with Big Up, I know a lot of you said you don't want to, sign up. You can now watch without signing up, even though we still think you should sign up because you can get involved in the chat. You can put gifts into the chat, etc. You can now watch without having to sign up as well. So please do make sure you join us on Saturday. Unless there's any breaking news, we probably won't be live tomorrow. But if there is, then you'll definitely see us. But if not, you'll see us on Saturday. Drift, anything you want to say to people before we see them out?
Big up as always for joining us for this live show. It's always appreciated, guys. Big up everyone who's contributing in the comments as well, letting us know what your score prediction will be. And shout out to everyone who does the timestamps for us on our watch along videos as well. That is much appreciated because I know it might seem like a simple thing to do, but our time is very, it's very limited at the moment. So we do struggle with things that seem simple on the other side. So big up to everyone who does that. Yeah, just big up, man. I mean, to be honest with you guys, what we would like, I know a massive amount of you guys have followed us over, but it's still only a fraction of what our community is. So we're really hoping a lot more of you would be coming over to watch the games with us over on Big Up. So yeah, guys, just trust me. Once you get over there, if you haven't been over there already, you'll see that the interactivity is just so much more fun than it is here on YouTube, which is the reason why we swapped over, because we want to have an experience that you guys will be entertained by. This isn't for us. We do this all for you guys. That might sound like a silly cliche, but it's just what it is. I think we've proved ourselves up to this point that we're all about making sure our community is good rather than what suits us. So the Big Up community is just so much more fun, guys. I can see Big Yards and Ali immediately in our comments right now, who are two avid followers of ours over on Big Up and in general, but especially on Big Up. John as well, John Conway, and like that, even they will tell you guys, and we don't, we're not going to tell them what to tell you guys. They can tell you. It's very, very interactive, and it's a lot more fun in the chat for you guys. So yeah, we just come over and sign up, guys. Come over and sign up, man. It's a good interactive experience during our watch-alongs.
Facts upon facts. You heard what Drifty said, people. You know what to do now. Until we see you on Saturday, people, let us know your score predictions in the comment below.
Hold on.
Oh,
Joseph's asking for a link in the chat.
Hold on. One sec. You got a Drift, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I got it, bro. I got it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me drop that. And if Cal, if you could just put it in the description again, just to make sure everybody knows where it is. So yeah, it's coming through now. There is the link, guys. And even without the link, guys, if you just go to bigup.com, and then obviously you'll just find us there as well. So yeah, love as always for everyone. Hopefully we'll see you there. And yeah, to answer, I can't remember who asked me a question a little bit earlier. Apologies. I will be doing the Aston Villa Man United game as well on Sunday. I may even, guys, depending on how things go, I may even be doing the Newcastle. Is it Newcastle Everton? I think it is.
I'm not sure.
On the Friday. Is it Everton Newcastle? Everton are playing this weekend in a big game. And I might even be doing that one as well. Big up, Joseph. I might even be doing that one as well. So it's going to be a fun weekend for me over on Big Up. There's going to be a lot going on. So yeah, you might even get free.
Might be surprised on Sunday as well, potentially. Just listen out on Saturday.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes,
man,
people.
I mean, the excitement will be. There's certain man who's going to be super excited. So we'll hold that. Hold that space.
Indeed. But now, big up to everyone who's watched and listened. Until we see you on Saturday, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.